Welcome to Miracle Mission, Marriage and Family Life with Reverend Dr. Jonas Yao Tetteh, a divine assignment birthed in prayer, confirmed by encounter, and driven by a passion to see the gospel transform lives. From the heart of the mission field to the heart of your home, this broadcast brings light, hope, and healing, equipping families, strengthening marriages, and proclaiming Christ to the unreached. Join us now as we discover God's purpose for marriage and family, right here on Miracle Mission, Marriage and Family Life.
What is your morning therapy? Do you have a morning therapy? Do you have a morning routine? What are the things that you do in the morning that relaxes you during the day, that prevents you from going to the counselor over time? Well, today we're going to be having that convo, and we have in-house Reverend Dr. Counselor Jonas Yao Tetteh. This is not the first time we're seeing you, and you're welcome, sir. Professional licensed counselor, right? So if you need someone to counsel you through the stress of life, here's one person you want to go to. And also we're joined by another very fine counselor, Counselor Mrs. Basilia Basi Esil. Hi, my lady.
Hello, Stella.
How are you?
We are fine by grace.
Yeah.
Yourself?
I'm good. I need a little counseling, though. How to spend all the money the Lord has blessed you. That's something
how to rest when you are not feeling fine.
Oh, my God. Oh, no. This one is sponsored by Koku.
I overheard the conversation.
Yes? Well, forgive us. Anyway, so let's get into it real quick. Lots of people don't know how to, probably handle stress. And if you're in this part of the world, which is Africa, you are stressed by many things. You're stressed by life, and if you are married, you're stressed by kids. Just how to literally go through life. We're Africans, we don't plan vacations, we don't do all of that, right? Unless, of course, people have changed now, because I'm still in the old African stage, right? So what should be the basic things that we should be concerned with morning therapy? I mean, what are the stuff that should come to mind when we hear morning therapy? Should we do ladies first, or let's go with...
Ladies first.
We should do ladies first, right?
You always say ladies first.
Well, normally, it's actually not ladies first. So we just allow you people to say so that it makes us feel good. But at the end of the day, you know that they are the first, right, that we give the credence to. So yes, let's go with Reverend Doctor.
Oh, I thought you were going to say ladies first.
No. That's just for the optics, but Reverend Doctor, please.
Okay. The things you do in the morning that relaxes you. Yeah, first and foremost, I just want to let us understand the need for counseling itself.
Right.
The need for counseling itself, so that we can now look at the other aspect. Like you said, things that you should do which wouldn't send you to the counselor. The counseling is a process where a trained professional or therapist seeks to help individuals or groups to explore and also address some emotional issues or some physical difficulty.
Right.
Yeah, so it is good we do things that will not send us to the counselor. It is good we do things that will not send us to the counselor. However, it is still important that when situations rise up, we go to the counselor. So some of the things we can do so that we don't go to the counselor, particularly on some negative thing that will be happening to us, is to first and foremost be very cautious about our mental health.
Right.
Yeah, the way you think, the way you behave, and your emotions. When you handle those things very well, it will not introduce a lot of stresses, like you mentioned, to you. And once you have minimal stresses, you certainly will not have so much stress to deal with to the extent that you would have to go to the counselor. So basically, how do you think? How do you think? Are you seeing the positive side of life?
Right.
Or you are seeing the negative side of life? And when you wake up in the morning, being a Christian, we're supposed to communicate with the Lord and hand over the day to Him so that He will guide us. And when we do that properly, He will guide us. When we don't do it, we may be having some difficulties here and there. So we need to see how we think about the day, our preparedness to accept things that come to us in a more positive way,
Right.
our interaction with people, our preparedness to interact with the people in a more positive way. These things will help us go into the day better
Right.
prepared than to wake up. You know, some of us wake up and it's like we are thinking about all the things that happened the previous day, the one who has offended us, and how we're going to attack him, how we're going to handle that.
Right.
All those things are things that will bring more stresses to us. So we must first and foremost understand that you don't wake up in the morning with negativities in your mind. When you do that, you're going to have a lot of problem in the day, because things that which even shouldn't make you angry will make you angry, because you yourself, within you, you're angry already.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so I think I will zero on the way we think first and foremost, particularly about negative things.
Right.
Yeah.
Councillor Basil,
Yes, please.
Reverend mentioned that their state of mind. And I like the fact that he mentioned that, I mean, where is your mind at? What are you thinking about? Now, if you're somebody who's probably like a good Christian, you've maybe done warfare overnight, he says we should be looking out for positive things. But sometimes people want to read certain meanings into certain things. Oh, this could be spiritual. An enemy has planned this. Like, people are on their guard constantly like that. Right? So fusing it with my question, would you advise that we start off our mornings?
Okay. Reverend has really mentioned something I wanted to talk about concerning the fact that if you're a Christian, or even if you're not a Christian, whichever religious setting you find yourself, I believe that most of the time you're advised to communicate with, your Creator. But we being Christians, we normally would advise you start your day with prayers, studying the Word of God and all that. And the fact that we seem to, connect spirituality to a lot of things happening around us. I believe that it's not something that is bad to do, okay? Because we are not living in a world that is just physical.
Right.
The world isn't only physical. We all would appreciate the fact that you are not only a physical being, you're a spiritual being, or you have a body, you have a spirit and a soul. Those of us who did RME back in the days, those were the things we were taught. And so right from those days, we were made to appreciate the fact that we are not only physical beings. So we relating spirituality to a lot of things happening isn't something that is evil to do or is out of context. It is actually important sometimes to, cross-check spiritually if all is, well and all that. Nonetheless, sometimes we overemphasize the spirituality, forgetting the fact that sometimes it has to do with our psychological state.
Right.
Sometimes it is not something spiritual happening. It could be that the mind isn't or is not in a healthy state. So coming to the mental health issue, when we talk about going to see a counselor, it really has to do with the fact that the mental health isn't probably in the state it's supposed to be in. And in this part of our world, when we talk about mental health, most of the time we are thinking about those who, in quotes, have run mad. But I always say that just as your physical body, every now and then, you're having a little headache, a little tummy ache here and there, even your muscles sometimes are not pulling weight and all that. Sometimes the mind is also having hitches here and there. So we all of us, at one point in time or the other, find ourselves in a state where the mind isn't stable. So just as you have physical health, you also have mental health to attend to. And that is one thing we want everyone to appreciate, that when we talk about mental health, it's not just a group of people we are talking about, those who are in the psychiatry, those in the, all those places where psychiatrists are attending to them and all that. All of us have our mental health we need to attend to. So I'm actually happy we are talking about morning therapy because just as our physical bodies, early in the morning, some people would take a glass of warm water with lemon, ginger. People have their own, morning therapies for the body.
Yeah.
But what about the mind? And so when I saw the morning therapy, I was quite excited about it. Meaning that when it comes to your mind, there are certain things you need to do to also get the mind working as it should.
Right.
Yes, please. So Reverend mentioned something very important. We being spiritual people, it is very important to pray things out, make sure that spiritually all is well. And then also I would add that, because on a day-to-day basis, we are on the move.
Right.
Our lives are, intertwined with a lot of activities. And we need to plan our lives very well. Early in the morning, you need to schedule your time and check how the day would go. Because stress normally results when we are overwhelmed with a lot of activities.
Right.
If you don't plan well, you find yourself not balancing things too well, and sometimes we are overwhelmed. So planning is very, very essential. And then also, I would also add that you need to check to see if there's something that is bothering your mind. Is something taking over your mental processes? Are you finding yourself, thinking deeply about a certain issue so much? Are you troubled about something? From time to time, we need to, check ourselves to see. When people have shops, every day they take stock to see things that have run out, they need to restock and all that. So your mind, how stable is it? So there are certain issues that you cannot just, thrash them out or just say that, I'll get over this. You need to make time to see a counselor.
Right.
And I think that is why we are sitting here this morning.
And that is beautiful. Doc, you wanted to add something before?
Yeah, talking about the way people impute spirituality to everything, I just want us to understand that spiritual issues are there. Whether we like it or not, they are there. But how do we relate to those issues? The Bible said that the one who is in us is greater than the one who is in the world. So all the things that are happening around us that we refer them to spirituality, and every least thing we said is spiritual. We go to some churches, we are told it is spiritual, and we lose focus of who we are ourselves. So we must come to the understanding that those things are there.
Right.
But Christ is in us, and we have the capacity to deal with those things, deal with them properly. So as far as we are concerned, your mental health is very, very important. Those who relate everything to spirituality, they have weak mental health. If you are in your proper mental capacity, you will be able to deal with things as they come.
Right.
So once you push everything to spiritual, to the